Hello everyone! I decided to go live. This is very nerve-wracking because I usually do not do this. So I want to do a Bible journaling entry on Deuteronomy 6. And the reason I want to do so is because of the sermon today in church. It was pointed out how important it was to make sure that your children and your family live in the Word, that you're teaching the Word, that you're living a Christ-like type of life, and that you're surrounding your family in this. So, Deuteronomy 6:9. Hold on 1 second. I am trying to figure out how to get the chat up. I apologize. Like I said, I don't do this very often. Oh, gracious. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. I apologize. This is only the second time I've ever done this on the channel. So, okay. Bible journaling entry, Deuteronomy 6. We're going to start at I'm just going to start reading at 4. Listen, O Israel. The Lord is our God, the Lord alone. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And you must commit yourselves wholeheartedly to these commands that I am giving you today. Repeat them again and again to your children. Talk about them when you are at home and when you are on the road, when you are going to bed and when you are getting up. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your foreheads as reminders. Write them on the doorpost of your house and your gates. This just struck me today, this scripture in particular, because I want my life to reflect that the Lord is the center of my life. Does my home look like it? Does my life look like it? Am I putting this on my doorposts and my walls? And am I just living in the Word? I don't think I'm doing that as much as I should. So I just wanted to come live and do this. Let me get my study Bible. Okay. Okay, Deuteronomy. Okay. You shall love the Lord our God with all your heart and soul. And the Lord our God is Lord alone. That we believe in only one God, no other gods. He is the one and only. and he is three persons in one. So let's move down. God emphasized the importance of parents teaching Bible to children. The church and Christian schools cannot be used to escape from this responsibility. The Bible provides so many opportunities for object lessons and practical teaching that it would be a shame to study it only one day a week. I am going to highlight. I like these highlighters. And if you haven't been here before when I use these, I like them because they're gel and I can just make a mess of a square, and then I can take my finger and rub it and make one solid color block. Oh, hi! SNS and the RV cats. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you around. How is everything going? Okay. I think I'm just going to go with an orange theme. We'll see how dark this one is. And yes, I did come on here unscripted. That's usually just the way that I do things. Hello, Elizabeth. Okay, so in church today, the pastor talked about enculturation, that the culture we surround our children with is very important. This is also important for us, not just our children. It's important to surround ourselves in a Christian community. Don't put too much into our minds and into our lives that distract us from living the Christian life, staying in the Word, just having a whole culture of Jesus. I am doing Deuteronomy 6. I started at verse 4 and went through verse 9. Another thing the pastor said today that really hit me was, what you have is what you need. I know this goes a little off the verse that I am going to Bible journal, but I had to write that several times. What you have is what you need. What you have is what you need. What you have is what you need. Everything that I have in my life right now is what I need. Everything. Be it things that frustrate me or things that make me happy, anything that's not working, all of it is in my life because I need it. Because all things work together for the good for those who believe in the Lord. Romans 8:28. I know I didn't do that perfectly, but that's just paraphrasing from what I remember. Okay, so let's get back to Deuteronomy. I know you probably can't see this. I'm using my phone to film. I'll bring it closer here in a second. But I'm just using the information from my study Bible, what went over in church, and I'm going to take some notes. Let's go with a different color. I really thought I had pulled more orange pens before I started this. But I did not. Okay, so we'll just go with what we got. Love God. Think constantly about his demands. I've been talking to my sister-in-law a lot about the things that we bring into our home, and we're not realizing that we're bringing these things into our home. It is just the society and things that we just think are okay, you know. We have the internet in our homes. I know my son plays video games. And then there's TV. And you just have to be very careful. I never thought about this stuff before when my older children were young. I mean, I did, but just not in that sense of thinking about it biblically. It was just, oh, that's bad. That's trashy. I don't want you to watch that. Or, you know, cussing, showing body parts, whatnot. But now I think about it differently, that what we're putting into our hearts and our minds, what we're putting before our eyes, what we're listening to has such an effect on our life, because we immerse ourselves in this and it becomes the culture of our life. So we want to make sure that the culture of our life is Jesus. And I know I have not done as good of a job as I should. I am not on top of it every day. I'm pretty terrible at it. I think about it. I know what we should do, but I'm not actively on top of it constantly like I should be. And with our older kids, we weren't living the Christian life. We were not, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? We were Christian. And, you know, we believed in God, but we didn't live like we believed in God. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments. Give me 1 second. Yes, social media. Social media becomes such a huge part of our lives. It takes over everything, because aren't we just picking up our phone all the time, looking at it? We have it on our phone. I know several people that just cut it off and they'll delete the apps off of their phone because they get so wrapped up in it and it affects their mood so much. That just goes to show that the culture we're immersing ourselves in, the culture of our life, really affects us. So if we're constantly in social media, watching these TV shows, listening to music on the radio, it just becomes part of us. So we have to make sure to stay on top of constantly thinking about the Lord and his demands. Hi, Lynn the Okie. Yes, that is a really good idea, taking it off your phone and only going to your computer to look at social media, I think I'm going to do that. I don't need it on my phone. I don't need to look at it all the time. I definitely don't participate as much as I used to when it comes to like Facebook and stuff, but I still think it would be a good idea just to take it off my phone. I'm with you, Elizabeth. When I am done with this, I'm going to take it off my phone. I'm filming with my phone right now, so I can't do it right now, but here shortly. Okay. Oh, also, when I was reading in the study information in my Life Application Study Bible, it said, constantly think about his commandments, teach his commandments to our children each day, in the guidelines of his word, emphasize the importance. The church and Christian schools cannot be used to escape from this responsibility. Y'all, it is embarrassing because when I was homeschooling, I was actively doing Bible classes with my child. Then we put him in a Christian school. He really wanted to be in a high school environment. And since we've done that, I have gotten really slack on sitting with him and reading the Bible and going over, like, if he has questions or, you know, just doing devotionals and that sort of thing. So I've done exactly what it says not to do in here. Put him in the Christian school. He has chapel on Wednesday. We go to church, and I really have slacked off. When we were doing homeschool, I had to do it because it was my responsibility. Okay, I'm going to get a devotional just for me and my son to do, and we're going to do it after school. That would be the best time to do it while it's on our minds before homework. Okay. Okay, so what I've written so far is it is so important to live in Jesus. Love God, think constantly about his demands. We are responsible for our children. I'm going to pull another study Bible. I apologize again. Like I said, I was not prepared for this. This is not something I planned. I just really felt like the Lord was telling me to get on here, and that if this stuck out to me so bad, that it might be very helpful to others. Okay, let's see what it says in this one. This is the Jeremiah Study Bible. Okay, so the commentary for 6:5, when Jesus asked, which is the great commandment in the law, Matthew 22:36, he did not quote the first of the 10 commandments. He quoted this verse. 6:5. Let's see. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. I like to use several study Bibles when I'm studying. I think getting different perspectives through the different studies really helps better understand. And this, the Jeremiah Study Bible, is different. This is the Life Application Study Bible. So this one applies it practically to your life. And the Jeremiah Study Bible helps understand more the verse itself. And so it's different perspectives. Okay. Skipped a page, I think. I think I need to add a tip in. Okay, let's grab some scrap paper and do a tip in. I'm gonna use this. I already have it torn from something else that I was doing, and the back is plain so that I can write, because I want to take more notes and do some more drawing and whatnot, but I don't have the room right here, and I don't want to fill up the rest of this because I feel like I might come back in later and do some more work. So just gonna be small, and my line is crooked. Just gonna use what I have handy. Just some washi tape, and that's what I'm gonna use to secure the tip in into the Bible. First, okay, I'm gonna tip it out this way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write. Okay. What am I surrounding my family with? That's a very good question that I feel like we should ask ourselves all the time. Even the children that move out of the home, which I have 2 right now. Oh, they are 25 and 23. The 23-year-old has a birthday in February. But even then, the things that we say to them and the way we are around them is still very important. Because I don't know about y'all and any of you that have grown children, but mine have drifted. So I'm praying that they come back, and I am trying to just plant little seeds every now and then. What are we surrounding our families with? Does my home reflect that I believe in the Lord? Does my life can people look at me and look at my life and my behavior and the things that come out of my mouth and know that I love Jesus? It's crazy that my house is so quiet right now. This is usually the reason that I don't do lives, is because I have dogs and a husband who bursts into song all the time and a teenage son. So my world is not really quiet, so I'm always scared to go live. But it's so quiet in here today, it's crazy. I can hear my dog lapping water in the kitchen. Do I reflect Jesus? Can you look at my life and see that I love Jesus? You are the only believer in your home. Oh, what is the verse? It's about marriage. That, you know, if you're with an unbeliever, like hopefully through your life and your belief, you can help bring them around. That is paraphrasing, definitely. And I don't remember what verse it is. If you remember, let me know. Without having my phone and just being able to do it at my fingertips. I have that problem. I know a lot of what I've read and what is in the Bible, but I cannot tell you what chapter and verse, and sometimes not even the book, but I know it's in there somewhere. And I will be praying for your family. And please pray for mine. Pray for my children that they just come back around. I feel like my daughter kind of is, but my son is off in Florida, which is, I think, close to 7 hours away. So I can't really interact that much with him and in his life. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. And I'm not a huge fan of FaceTime and stuff. I just feel really awkward. I don't think I'll feel that way when the grandkid comes. I'm sure I'll be like, put the baby on FaceTime right now. My son is having a son. Their baby is due in February, very close to my son's birthday. And then my daughter is also having a baby. She's having a little girl, and it is due in March. So we got 2 grandkids at the same time. Okay, I said this was Bible journaling, but it's really, I mean, not that much. Mostly it is just notes and things to remind myself. Another thing that my pastor pointed out was everything in the Bible is what we need. The Bible is sufficient for everything in our lives. If we needed anything else, if we needed any more words or any more books, then he would have written it and it would be available for us. But going back to the culture of your life and being aware of how you're living and how you're teaching your children. If we're teaching them, the Bible is sufficient, and we can't forget that for ourselves. It might be tempting to just go find a self-help book or something, but really all we need is the Bible. All right, that's my short and sweet little Bible journaling and notes. I'm just gonna put the tip in with the washi tape. Doesn't really match or go together, but I just grabbed what was handy because I didn't plan this. I didn't sit down and think about, okay, what am I gonna do? What kind of art am I going to do? None of that. Okay. If any of you have not done tip-ins before, a tip-in is exactly what it sounds like. It is something that you can tip in and out. Something a little extra that you add if you don't have space for notes or you want to draw something just like that. I'm trying to make sure I get it in the frame good enough, but see? Tip in, tip out. Very easy to do. You just stick a piece of paper in there, take a piece of tape. It can be any tape. It can be transparent tape that you use when you wrap gifts. It doesn't matter. You just fold it in half. Half goes on your tip-in paper, and the other half goes on the other side of the page. And voila! Easy as that. Yes, sometimes I do the same thing, except ours doesn't upload the same day. And actually, they didn't record today because he asked, are we recording today? And they said no. I really would like to get the PowerPoints actually that he does so that when I go home, I can like get the points that maybe I missed. Plus, ours always forgets to like press the little button and go through the slides. So it would be nice to have it when we come back home. But that's it. This is my little simple Bible journaling entry, Deuteronomy 6:4 through 9. And I just read my notes on this side, in the Bible in the margin. Live a life for God. It is so important to live in Jesus. Don't get lazy. Love God. Think constantly about his demands. We are responsible for our children. And the tip in, be careful of the culture you live in your life. What are we surrounding our families with? Does my home reflect that I believe? Does my life? Do I reflect Jesus? Do I love Jesus? Don't be lazy. And the Bible is all we need. So just as simple as that. That's all. I just really wanted to go over the verse again. And repeat them again and again to your children. Talk about them when you're at home and when you're on the road, when you are going to bed, and when you are getting up. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your foreheads as reminders. Write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates. It doesn't say in the study information that I have here. They used context in daily life. I need to do some, I guess, historical research, because, like, what exactly do they mean? And if you know, please let me know, because I feel like I'm drawing a blank here and I really want to understand better. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead as reminders. Write them on your doorpost of your house and on your gates. So tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead for reminders. Oh, yes, it never hurts to ask. Sorry, I took a pause so I could read the comments. I have it over here to the side on my laptop. Where is my other? Okay. I don't think either one of these had any specifics about tying the verse to your hands. And the commentary in this stops on 6:5. And then when you turn the page, it jumps to 6:10 through 15. I'm going to have to do research outside of this, because now I'm very curious. And then how would that apply to our lives today? I'm going to try to lift this up so you can see it a little better, because I know you can't really see. I can't tell. Is that good? No, it's not. Okay, let me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't quite see what I'm doing on here. I'll take a picture and I'll post it in the community tab. But if y'all have any questions or anything you would like to talk about, just go ahead and shoot. And if not, I guess I will say goodbye, and I have a video coming out tomorrow. It's not a Bible study, it is more of a life thing. But I'm going to continue the study on the armor of God. So I'll have a video on that on Wednesday. And I'm going to try to do Monday and Wednesday for Bible studies and journaling and whatnot. And then Fridays for life stuff. So I'm going to try to do 3 a week. Friday may or may not happen. Might be every other Friday. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate those that stopped by. I hope to see you again next time. I'm going to try to do at least one of these a month. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Love y'all. Bye. Maybe.